The city has been growing here for centuries, from a modest Oscan settlement on a lava shelf to a dense Roman resort pressed between sea and volcano. Villas have layered over farmsteads, straight streets have cut through older curves, and stone has slowly replaced timber as wealth has pooled along the Bay of Naples. Now it is early, on a late summer morning in a D79, the air already warm, the sky a pale, ordinary blue above the dark, steady outline of Vesuvius. Nothing in the frame announces that this will be the last calm day. If this reconstruction works, the next city is yours to choose. The Forum sits at the city's heart, a broad paved rectangle of pale stone open to the sky, its edges held by colonnades and public buildings. Columns throw long, regular shadows across the flagstones, and worn ruts of cartwheels cut faint grooves through the surface. Quiet records of years of traffic. A few figures move slowly across the space, their steps small against the scale of the architecture, while thin dust hangs in the air, lifted by sandals on stone. At one end, a raised platform and a line of statues frame the view. Behind them, the dark triangle of Vesuvius rises, distant yet dominating, its slopes terraced with vineyards that climb until they blur into rock. Here, the amphitheater anchors the far edge of the city, a massive oval of stone sunk partly into the ground. From above, its ring of arches forms a solid band, each opening a dark, cool mouth against the brightness of morning. Inside, the arena floor lies empty, a smooth oval of packed earth. Tiered seating climbs in careful curves, rows of stone benches warmed by the first direct light. The structure is quiet now, but its design is all about movement. Staircases spiraling under the stands, corridors guiding crowds, exits fanning outward toward the street grid beyond. The amphitheater locks Pompeii into the wider Roman world of spectacle and order, even when no sound rises from its center. Across the city, the bath complexes breathe out faint steam, low clouds drifting above tiled roofs before dissolving in the heat. One such complex, with its sequence of rooms and courtyards, reveals Roman mastery of water and temperature. Cold pools, dark and still. Warm rooms, painted walls catching reflected light. Hot chambers where the air hums faintly with trapped heat. Beneath the floors, hidden channels carry warmth from furnaces, the stone above held just shy of burning to the touch. Outside, a steady trickle of people passes through doorways, their presence measured only by shifting shadows and the soft echo of footsteps on mosaic and marble. On this street, the main east-west artery cuts through the city in a straight, unwavering line. Basalt paving stones polished by years of traffic, deep grooves mark the paths of carts, while raised stepping stones span the road, allowing feet to stay dry when water or waste runs between them. Tall facades press close on either side, upper stories leaning inward, casting the lower levels into shade. Shop fronts open directly onto the street. Stone counters, stacks of amphorae, wooden shutters half raised. Any signage here is present, but reduced, blocks of color, faint lettering patterns. More contrast than content from this distance. The water system threads through everything, an invisible skeleton of pressure and flow. At the city's edge, an aqueduct delivers mountain water to a castellum, a distribution tower where channels divide and descend. Lead pipes run beneath streets and behind walls, branching toward fountains that punctuate the grid. In small squares and corners, stone basins catch the constant trickle, their rims worn smooth by countless hands and vessels. The sound of water is a low, continuous presence, liquid against stone, a soft counterpoint to the harder clatter of wheels and hooves. Up to this point, the system has adapted to tremors and minor disruptions. flexing but not failing. At the city's edge, walls and gates define the boundary between density and open land. The fortifications are no longer primarily military. They function as thresholds. Roads narrow, pass under stone arches, move outward. Beyond, the land slopes toward the sea, fields, orchards, villa estates catching the light. Closer in, necropolis line the approach roads, tombs and monuments forming a silent audience for those entering and leaving. The geometry is clear, city inside, cultivated land outside, and above it all, the volcano, its summit flattened, quiet, a familiar backdrop that has not demanded attention in living memory. Here, the harbor system ties Pompeii to the wider Mediterranean, even as the shoreline shifts. A canal and river mouth connect warehouses to open water. Ships anchor offshore, smaller craft ferry goods inward. On the quays, amphorae stack into repeating patterns, their clay surfaces catching sun. Timber cranes stand ready, rope slack, arms still. The air carries salt, tar, faint smoke from cooking fires. The rhythm here is slower, but steady, the flow of materials underwriting the quiet prosperity visible in stone and paint. Across residential districts, insulated townhouses pack the blocks with careful efficiency. Street facades are plain, doorways, small windows. Inside, the city opens. Atriums catch the sky in rectangular frames. Pools reflect columns and painted walls. Mosaic floors, intricate or simple, cool underfoot. Density is high, but controlled. Narrow alleys, shared walls, overlapping tile roofs. A city built to hold heat, to channel breezes, to survive the minor tremors that ripple through the region. It is a city arranged in layers of stone and ash, already rehearsing the material that will one day entomb it. From here on, the calm frame of this morning will be understood through what is about to happen. But within the hour, nothing yet disturbs the ordinary pattern. Streets continue their measured traffic, fountains continue their flow. The volcano remains dark, silent, beyond the rooftops. No smoke column rises, no ash falls. The systems of water, trade, and movement operate as they were designed to do. The inevitability lies not in any visible sign, but in unseen processes beneath the mountain, and the city's fixed position in their path. At the Forum, shadows shorten as the sun climbs, sharpening contrast between bright paving and cooler depths under colonnades. The view toward Vesuvius is unchanged, vineyards below, bare rock above, the summit line steady against the sky. Within decades, this space will be buried, but on this morning, the geometry is intact. The amphitheater's arches hold their curves. The bathhouses still breathe steam. Water arrives under pressure, filling basins that will later be found choked with hardened sediment. On this street, the ruts in the paving stones will one day guide excavators' eyes, revealing patterns of movement that shaped daily life. Stepping stones will rise from compacted ash, marking the old walking level. Shop counters will emerge with vessels still in place, contents turned to dust, arrangement preserved. The city's dense fabric, which now concentrates heat and sound, will later concentrate memory, offering a cross-section of Roman urbanism at the instant it was interrupted. The archival view of Pompeii, at D79, is shaped as much by this intact morning as by the hours that follow. Every stable surface, forum paving, amphitheater seating, bathhouse tiles, street grid, water channels, will be frozen beneath ash, then slowly return to light centuries later. The city is ordinary and unique, one node in a network of Roman towns, yet preserved in a way that will not be repeated at this scale. This is one moment in a longer archive of cities shaped by time.